My name is Laurie, and I am a retired teacher. I also moved 3 years ago from New Hampshire to Los Angeles and started a new career as a grant writer after retirement, which was challenging. And I've now left that career and am the process of moving back to the East Coast. When I started working with Donna, I was really struggling with coming off of a prolonged period after a breakup with somebody who I felt destroyed my life. And that came after a divorce from my ex-husband, and we had been together for a long time, for 30 years. So having both of those breakups happen, and I was coming out of also, this sounds like such a sad story, but I was also coming out of stage 4 cancer, breast cancer, and that recovery, which I did on my own. So I pretty much felt like a traumatized puppy and brokenhearted, and had moved recently, as I said, to Los Angeles. So I'm in a new place, new career, very much at sea. And when I spoke to Donna about working with her, that was the very week that I found out that I had moved to Los Angeles to be near my son and daughter, and found out that my son, daughter-in-law, and grandchild had surprisingly gotten another job. My son got another job and was moving to the Midwest. So I was going to be basically feeling abandoned here in LA. So that's a million problems all in one big ball of my grief. And so that's why I started working with Donna. Since working with Donna, one tangible change I've made is that I've stopped feeling as if and acting upon the belief that I'm supposed to ruminate about everything that went wrong in the past, my part in it, and then also what had been done to me. And that sort of like victimhood, I didn't even realize I was participating in a sense of victimhood. I just was always dwelling on the past, thinking that that's how I could change my life, because I needed to understand that. And it has been a huge positive change to learn that that's not my job. The past is gone. I really never ever believed that or thought that way. And in fact, I'm a writer, and my first book came out, and the entire book is just about that grief. So talk about dwelling on what's happened to you and your past. The grief period should have been over years ago. And so that's a really, really huge change and a relief to me, that it's not my job to fix the past, change the past, dwell on the past, write about the past, live in the past. And that I found that that's one way that grief has really lifted. I feel such a lifting from that. Another tangible change is also been really, really important to me. Because of Donna, I reluctantly committed to a practice of meditation, which I always hated, and a practice of, I don't even get out of bed anymore without really just staying in prayer, in the sense of just gratitude for what's coming that day. These are things that I am in no way like that person at all. And I had always admired people who could be that way. But I feel as if I've been given I call them tools like meditation, prayer, a sense of gratitude, have made me feel as if I'm not just helpless in these waves, that overpower me, like somebody in the surf who can't swim. I feel as if, now I know how to swim. It doesn't mean everything's perfect, but I at least know what to do. So to help myself and to move forward and have a positive view about the future, which I have to say, for 10 years, I haven't had a positive view about the future. So those are big changes for me. So today, I'm in another unexpected change. I am, as I said, moving back across the country, trying to sell the house that my son and daughter-in-law and I all bought together. And it's very difficult to do because we're in the midst of the COVID pandemic and it's hit Los Angeles pretty hard. So there's that. There's the uncertainty of living again in a new place, and this time without my kids and or adult children being nearby. I won't have that, but I do have friends. And uh, just feeling like, whoa, the future is wide open. So that's where I am today. In fact, in 2 weeks, all my boxes will be finished packing and I will be gone and back in, I'll be going to Massachusetts and starting a whole brand new life. And that's not, I came from New Hampshire, so I'm really starting over. And rather, that's the kind of thing that would have just blown me right over. I mean, so much trauma, so much change, so much stress. And I feel as if, as stressful as all of this is, particularly with COVID and the complications of moving during this time, I really feel as if it's all going to be okay. And I'm looking forward to what this new life is going to be. So, a really big change for me since working with Donna is that despite all the transition in my life right now, it's been one circumstance of instability after another coming from the outside. I have started to do things that I wasn't able really to do before. I've started to be, I'm very introverted. I'm a poet. I'm not the kind of person who's going to share things with other people or go outside my comfort. And I feel as if I've just been given a new lease on life and I'm reaching out to people. I'm making plans. I actually feel as if the future is positive, and I haven't felt that way in a long time. Of course, the outer circumstances of my life have changed dramatically and are changing, are in the process of changing dramatically. But in the interior part of who I am, I feel, I just feel very different. I've struggled with depression all my life, very serious depression at times. And I really don't have that anymore. I feel stable. I feel it's weird, but I just feel as if I have the support from my own self and from outside me that I need. And if I don't feel I have it, I know how to get it. And I'm actually really, this is on the side, but I'm really enjoying the support that I get from working with Donna and being part of a group that meets regularly and talks. And it's amazing to me. I've never done group therapy. It's not group therapy, but it's like a group support system. And I've never been involved with that kind of thing before. And it's, I notice that we all are really encouraging of each other. It's really cool. So that's a big way my life has changed. There are so many positive things that I've experienced working with Donna. It's hard to list what they all are, but in general, because I have a history of clinical depression, I've worked with therapists before, and a long list of them actually, but I've never had someone who made me feel as if I was really understood, and who didn't just kind of encourage my negativity and depression. Instead, I feel as though Donna has really taken me by the hand, so to speak, and said, oh no, you don't have to be that anymore. And here's why, and here's how. So I've just been so excited and happy about that. I love that I can contact her and she gets right back to me and will answer a question. I love that she just has a million resources. So if you have a specific topic or something that you'd like to know more about, uh, she's an endless supply of, books, videos, resources, people. That's been really, really great. She's introduced me to other clients of hers who are really becoming friends. And so I love that. And the other thing too about her that kind of freaked me out in the beginning is that she's really, really intuitive. And I'm pretty aware of the whole therapeutic community, but she is like way, she has so much insight. So she'll call you on it. She is the sweetest person, but she's really honest. So if I'm saying something that I think, is legitimate, she can really like just zero right in on it. And that is such a comforting thing when you're working with a coach, because you don't want to feel like you're smarter than they are, or you can put something over on them. You want somebody who you can trust will come at you with what is the actual truth. And so I find that really delightful about her. I also think she's pretty funny sometimes. She's funny. She has a great sense of humor. You can make fun of her. she's okay with that. And I find that it's been really, really comfortable working with her. And that was a surprise to me because I wasn't quite sure at the beginning. I've actually recommended Donna to a couple people. And when I've done that, I have recommended her to them because they are people my age. I'm in my 60s. They are people who have been through breakups or divorces and really haven't been able to quite get on top of their life for a variety of reasons. And I've recommended Donna because not only is that her area of expertise, but I know that she can be trusted with people's feelings, and she can be trusted with the struggles that they go through. And that may seem like not such a big deal for somebody in her position, but it actually is, because it's really hard sometimes to find a coach, therapist, or someone like that who doesn't make you feel as if your concerns are legit. Like it's very easy to find somebody who kind of makes you feel bad about feeling bad, and if you will. And she's not like that. She's very comfortable to talk with, and so I've recommended people to see her. And I would say that if you're a person who is struggling in any way because of a so-called failed relationship, whether it's marriage or, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, I feel as if Donna is the one who can put you on that path you need to be able to walk toward getting out of that horrible woods, that forest of grief. I just feel like she's great at that. And so I would totally recommend her to you if you're someone who has that in your background and you're struggling in that sense.